Brendan, I wanted to ask you this, and I'm going to exclude Coach K because you're right. It's not a vintage Duke team. They don't have any depth. If somebody gets in foul trouble, they very easily can get bumped early. Between Billy Self and Roy Williams, now granted, admittedly, their scale is very different from a lot of the other coaches because they're terrific. But they have both, in spurts, come up short during this March Madness thing. Who's got more pressure, Billy or Roy, going into the tournament, do you think?
I don't really think either coach has any pressure. I mean, they both won at an incredible rate. I mean, Bill Self has won 12 straight Big 12 titles. He has more Big 12 titles than he has home losses in 12 years.
Yeah, but nobody cares about that. At the end of the day, that's not at the top of the resume. You know that.
Yeah, but you know what? Tiki will tell you, as a player, coach, whatever, when you have a championship underneath your belt, you don't have as much pressure as everybody else. Because you can always say, hey, man, I'm a champion. Dean Smith only has 2 titles. He's known as probably arguably the greatest coach of all time.
Yeah.
Both of those coaches have, like, Roy Williams has 2 titles. How much pressure is there really? Unless he loses in the first round.
Yeah.
If Roy Williams were to go to the Sweet 16 and lose to Kentucky, would anybody say, "Oh man, this team got beat by some bums"? No, they say this team got beat by another team full of pros. Kentucky probably has 4 pros on it. So Roy Williams doesn't have any pressure. I don't think Bill Self has any pressure. The only pressure is if these teams lose in the first round, of course, then everybody will be talking about them, or maybe in the second round. But if they go to the Sweet 16 and lose, neither coach has pressure because they perform year in and year out, and they both have championships.
Well, I mean, I can't dispute the facts. They do have championships. I'm going to disagree a little bit with your opinion. And the talking points, the way social media, the debates now, everything that drives our medium, maybe it's different. You don't hear it as much, but we get it a lot. I mean, between Billy and Roy, I mean, they're getting the best players every single year, and you're kind of supposed to get to the Elite Eight. I mean, I don't know. It shouldn't really be. I don't want to minimize how tough it is because I know it is. But listen, I hold them to a different standard. Maybe that's unfair to them. But if they don't get to at least the Elite Eight, I think they underachieved, man. I got to disagree with you here.
If Carolina loses to Kentucky, and mind you, Kentucky, when the draft comes along, Kentucky's going to have more players drafted higher than Carolina.
All right, so then
why are they on Kentucky on Carolina's team?
Yeah, but then why are they a 4 seed? How come they're not a 1 seed? If they're so good,
they didn't win enough.
Right, but why they didn't win enough? Because they're not as good as they were last year, which is my point.
Yeah, but who is? We've already said, they're not as good as they were last year. They don't have Karl Anthony Towns. They don't have that team.
Booker,
they don't have what they had last year, but they're still very, very good.
Hey, listen,
they're still a very, very, very good team. They have Scala BCA didn't play what we like the way we thought he would.
No, I got you. Hey, great chat, buddy. Keep up the good work. Brendan Haywood, CBS Sports. Nice little debate. Get you going. Nice.